Hello and welcome along to the next instalment of my camper conversion YouTube channel. So this video is going to be just basically introducing the new project that I've just picked up. This is a VW T5. It's a long wheelbase factory high top, quite hard and rare to get hold of really, so I'm quite pleased to have been able to get this relatively locally. Now this is going to be the biggest project that I've done on my channel so far. I've already done a T4 high top, as you can see here. This is fully documented on my channel, but even though this T4 needed a bit of bodywork, it doesn't need as much as this T5's looking like it's going to need. It's been a mobile mechanics van for the last 9 years, and inside you can tell it's really grubby. It's going to need a new floor, everything, and there are issues on the inside as well, which I'll show in a second. The outside, it's not too bad, it's relatively presentable, but there are rust issues around most of the wings or panels to some degree, as I'll show you now really. It's already been colour coded once on the front, so the front bump has already been painted white, but some parts are already flaking away, so it's going to need some paint regardless. The bonnet itself at some point has flipped up onto the screen, so it's had a brand new windscreen fitted, but because of that it's just left little indentations on the bonnet. They might either be able to get knocked back in, filled over, or I might just replace the entire unit with a new bonnet. The same on the front wings really, just on the corners, but this one's got bubbling going all the way around, and a little dent on the front there as well, and you can see the paint job hasn't been the best. Because the wings on these are just bolt on, bolt off, I'm probably going to just replace both front wings. It's going to be easier that way. Same with this lower little panel here. That's just pretty much had it already, so that's going to get replaced, and again that's just a straight bolt on, bolt off replacement as well. The passenger door isn't too bad, a little ding here and there, but should be able to straighten that out. Passenger door, again at the bottom, you've just got a few little rust issues there, but a lot of it looks surface rust, so I'm hoping a lot of it will just knock off, flat back, and it should hopefully come back out relatively straight. If not, worst case scenario, new sliding door, but I'm hoping not to go down that far. This rear panel, it's not too bad on the outside, but there are issues on it on the inside, which I'll get to in a second. The high top rear doors, they're not in too bad condition, but again they do need work. This side has little dings, little bits of rust breaking through. This side around the license plate, you can see there's rust issues around there as well, so that needs taking back and grinding back, seeing what condition the actual metalwork's like underneath it, whether it can be saved or not, or whether that needs a replacement door or not as well. We'll see. As you can see, it's the T32, so it's the highest rated weight capacity van, and it's the 130 brake horsepower, 2.5 diesel, 6 speed, so it's one of the highest spec vans out there as well, which is always nice. That rear arch, it's just got a little bit of surface rust there that will just grind straight back. I've dealt with worse on other vans on arches, so that itself not an issue at all. This main panel down here, that's relatively pretty straight, as you can see. There's very little issues going all the way down the driver's side. It's very straight. That should all be pretty fine. That's just going to need, again, just flattening back, ready for paint more than anything else. Now the driver's door, it's not too bad. Again, you've got little bits of rust blistering there, and again along the bottom, and little bits on the sill as well. The sills are completely solid, it's just surface rust, so again that's all going to just get ground back, probably stone chipped, then it's all going to obviously go in for paint when the rest of the van gets done as well. Again, just down the side of the door as well, it's all just very small little bits of surface rust. The only issues on the driver's side really, you've just got a couple of daft little indentations there on this pillar, but again that's just going to take just a tiny little bit of filler just to be able to straighten that out, get it smoothed off, and that's the driver's side. Pretty much okay, again apart from the wing. And again, because the wing is just again a bolt on bolt off wing, I'll probably just replace the wing. I haven't decided yet. I might have a look and see if it's going to be salvageable or not. It doesn't look too bad, but I just don't know whether it's going to be worth the time and effort for the sake of around about £55 on eBay for the driver's side wing. It's not that much, so it might just be a case of just bolt it off, get a new one, put it back on again. we'll see. That's obviously going to be a job for another day. This is just an introduction, and as I say, I'll show you the inside in a minute with the concerns that I do have. It's not really concerns, it's just going to be more work that needs doing. The screen surround, it's not too bad. There's little bits of surface rust just starting to show, but nothing that's broken through or anything like that. So hopefully all of that should be able to get attacked just with pretty much a Dremel. Hopefully it should be able to get inside the channel between the windscreen and the metal. If not, worst case scenario, windscreen out, rust repair, similar to what I've done on the T4. Again, there's videos on my channel showing the full rust repair jobs that I've done on the T4, so if you haven't seen those, do have a look. So if you do enjoy my videos, do give them those thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and as I say, have a look on the channel for loads more videos. So on the inside, the van itself, it's a 55 plate and it's got 214,000 miles, which is an average of 16,000 a year. So it's been used, but it's just been used pretty much motorway miles, just by the mobile mechanic, just to get through to jobs, and he had it for 9 years before I picked it up. It's only a 2-owner van, so it's been well looked after, and because he was a mobile mechanic, any jobs that needed doing, they was just done by him there and then. The seats themselves, as you can see, quite grubby, as you would expect. They haven't had any seat covers on, but I'm going to be taking these out and changing them. The driver's side's got a hole in, so whether that'll be salvageable or not, I don't know. The passenger side is pretty good. It just needs a good clean and wipe down, so I might be able to put that on eBay in case anybody wants an original seat, so they can put that on a double swivel. I'll say I'll probably just be changing this for most likely 2 singles. I might think about getting that double recovered, but I do prefer the look of just 2 singles rather than the 3. And because I'm going to be undecided whether I'm going to keep this van or my T4, we'll see how it turns out. I don't know yet, but dash wise it's all fine. The stereo's been changed, it's all nice, neat, tidy as you would expect. It's got a full bulkhead inside, so that's going to have to come out. But other than that, there's the interior. As you can see, it's the 6-speed as well, so, and thankfully you see those little magic letters there, temperatures that we've got at the moment. Aircon is going to be all the more handy. So that's the front cab. Now thankfully it does already have original VW alloys, they're not just steels, these are actually full alloy wheels. I might keep them, I might put some Range Rover ones on, I'm not sure, we'll see. Again, a job for another day. Now the main issue I have had with this van when I went to view it was the fact that 4.5 years ago the mobile mechanic had a generator here, and the generator itself caught fire, and you can see here it's had some fire damage against the panels and a tiny little bit on the wiring loom as well. But because he was a mobile mechanic, he happily accepted the insurance payout, cut all of the wires out that were affected by the heat, just rewired those, and as I say, he's been using this again for 4 years since this incident occurred, and he hasn't had any issues, so he's obviously taken care of everything right. But the panel itself, you can see on the inside, it's still got some of the scorch marks, well not scorch marks, but heat marks. So all of this is going to have to get probably gunked, jet washed off, and then a good coating with more, something like hammerite paint, something like that. I'm going to go out and get some white hammerite because the inside of the van is already white as well. So this is going to need the most attention on the inside, and this is what made me hesitant about the van, but I know for a fact it's going to clean up fine. But it is what it is. As I say, it's one of those things. But the incident happened in 2014 and this is 2018, so it's been like this for 4 years. As I say, he's still continued to use it day in, day out. It hasn't been an issue with him. As I say, it's just been a pure workhorse for the previous owner, who, as a mobile mechanic, and it was just one of those things where a generator just vroom, apparently, and it actually caught the ply, and it's only the heat transfer that's causing any damage. There's no panel damage at all to the van, as you can see from this side. There's no rippling, there's no issues with the actual metalwork at all. It's just all on the inside where the heat was trapped between the ply panel. Some of the is on this side. There was just a heat trap between the ply and the metal, and that itself is just left heat marks on the metal. So that's going to be one of the first jobs I'm actually going to be doing in this van. Some people might just ply over it, insulate ply, and just forget all about it, but I wouldn't be happy with that, even if it was not going to be for me, or either if it was going to be for me or not. Either way, I wouldn't be happy selling a van that hadn't had this at least tidied up and taken care of, to try and get it looking at least close to back to how it should be. So I'd say this is going to be one of the first jobs, then taking up the old flooring, because the old flooring has had 9 years worth of oil accumulation, oil, grease, gunk. So all this is going to have to get taken up and replaced as well, and that'll be a good time to have a look and see what the condition of the floor is like inside. So as you can see, I've certainly got my work cut out for me, but because it's a high top, it's going to be worth it. You can see here there's, I say when I was talking about the fire damage there, thankfully it hasn't affected any of the high top, so it must have been a really small short fire. He said he got to it straight away with the fire extinguisher anyway, but there's no melt to the high top or anything either. It's just a little bit of dirt that just needs to come off. Now obviously once all that's taken care of, it's all going to be cleaned back, rust treat pavement on it as well, then it's all going to get insulated just like the rest of the van's going to be as well, replied, recarpeted, and when I'm finished you won't even be able to tell that any issues were there in the first place. And if anything, this just goes to show how honest I'm trying to be with the vans that I do convert, because I could have quite easily just painted over that and not made a mention of it at all, but that's it. I like to show exactly what the conditions of the vans that I do convert in when I get them, and then we can see exactly how we can turn this little beast into a beautiful little camper van similar to my T4 that I've got over there. So it's going to be a hell of a project. It's going to keep me busy for probably a good couple of months, if not more. So I'm going to be updating the channel very frequently. Every job I do to it, I'm going to be documenting on there as well. I'm even contemplating doing a full T6 conversion on the front, but I don't know yet. That's way down the line if I do decide to do anything like that. So I say do hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already. Follow along job by job. If you found the video useful, give it a thumb up, and hopefully we'll see you on the next video to come. Thanks for watching. Cheers.